Hey, so I wanted to do this video about end of times behavior. And it's also going to kind of coincide with, spiritual alignment and consciousness and awakening. Because I feel like there's just so much evil in the world today, and it's just becoming so loud and obnoxious. And it really affected me, like, debilitating, and I'm not out of it at all yet. I'm still learning and growing, but I just wanted to share this with you because it's coming to a head. It's just like basically we're transitioning right now from a human race that didn't perceive certain things, and now we are. There is just so much clarity coming out. I see it in so many posts online, people talking about, everything is energy. Our feelings and thoughts, have motion, and just all this wonderful scientific understanding, and there's obviously a lot of fear when people have their thoughts and especially like their diet confronted. And there's a lot of anger. And I feel like that's what's happening at this end of time. Behavior is mostly about fear and people fighting their own feelings and their own fears. And so much of it has to do because we're in a process of evolving right now and changing so much. And so some people are getting dragged along, and it's some people are running the race, and then those people sometimes, switch, and the people that were being dragged are now running the race. So there's no judging, it's just understanding the full concept. And so I'm just seeing all this really bad behavior, and it really affected me, to the point of being afraid. And then I just dove into it, and I came out the other side and realized, I don't actually have to be afraid. Nothing's gonna really happen beyond, I'm talking globally. I'm not going to say personally. There's still going to be tragedy personally to people always. Life is a feeling zone. We're going to feel things, when our other live beings around us pass away, we feel it. When we give birth, we feel it. There's so many things that we're going to feel that aren't going to be soft. They're going to be hard. So that's what it is, and that's kind of what we like. We're coming to feel things, but we're at a certain point right now where it's amazing. It's more than we've ever had before, at least in this lifetime, in terms of the human evolution and these bodies. We're really awakening right now, and there's a lot of friction there. And like I said, a lot of, thoughts and beliefs are being confronted, diets are being confronted. So there's a lot of people pissed and wanting to fight and in fear. Hi, babe. And that's with each other, because those are a little more superficial. But then there's also another level of something that's happening that's really just creating chaos, is that what this big shift of alignment is, shift of consciousness, shift of the human races, is that we're starting to understand ourselves as energy and as multi-dimensional beings and spiritual beings. This is becoming an everyday conversation, not mainstream fully, but kind of, it's really evolved. It's really happening right now, and it's really cool. And it's also really scary and really gnarly. Like I said, it's like going on a horrible roller coaster ride when you don't necessarily like roller coaster rides. And so there's just so much friction and so much stuff going on there, but I see it as actually nothing to really worry about anymore, especially with the politics. I was really getting drawn in with the wars and everything, thinking oh my gosh, I need to pay attention to this. And so I did, and then I got through it and realized I'm not going to pay attention to these people because they actually just want my attention. This is not what it is totally on the planet. Like, this is just television, and this is just like really bad, stupid people entertainment. This is like feeble entertainment, and I'm not going to do it anymore because I don't have to be afraid, because I can't fear what I can't control, and I can't control, you know, whether or not some guy is going to push a nuclear button within the next, you know, X amount of years. And I don't think watching television and following all the news is really going to change that. But I am staying informed, and I am staying intelligent, and I am going to vote, and I am going to take action. And that's how I'm going to treat the whole, you know, picture. And then when I look at myself and I look at people individually, there's another way to treat that. And there's another thing that's happening right now at these like end of times. You know, we're waking up into this like supernatural reality, and so there's a lot of people that are just like psychic, and there's a lot of people that are clairvoyant, and there's a lot of people that have messages and clarity, and like we need to embody that. So there's this new spiritual energy that's coming in, and as we're learning and realizing the folly of our information, and that energy's leaving, then we're like making room for new information and new energy. And so we're having to like feel new energy in our body and be like new. And this is very difficult for people because we're not used to it. One of my friends on Facebook posted something about music, and that music helps us to acclimate to higher vibrations or different vibrations. And I thought that's so cool, because that's really what we need. We just need help. You know, there's nothing wrong. We're just growing. It's like a birth. Birth is gnarly. Birth is nasty. You know, it's like orgasmic as well, but it's bloody. It's like raw. It's in nature. And that's what we are. We're in nature. We're experiencing this like powerful shift. And so there's obviously like a couple levels. Like I'm just going to classify two. I'm just going to make it into two. You know, it's like the whole world, the outer world, and then the inner world. So with the outer world and the politics and the war and the fear and all that, you know, drama, like I don't have to fully buy into it. I don't have to give my attention to the talking heads. And with that, I'm like, yes, I'm going to get back. I'm going to get my guitar again. I'm going to get my art supplies flowing, and I'm just going to be creative, and I'm going to enjoy myself, and I'm going to enjoy my energy, because I understand that there's good things happening, and I'm just going to focus on that. And then just knowing, and I realize that I have a gift, I guess, in some ways, because I went through a deeply, radically spiritual experience that I think would send most people to the hospital. And it didn't send me to the hospital. I fully understood it the whole time, because I knew, and I've always known, anytime there's like any disturbances in my energy, I speak to it. For some reason, I'm like really comfortable with energy, and I can sense it. I can see it. It's like my dog, you know, it's like I can sense changes in my body, and I don't take it personal. And I can sense energies when they come towards me, and it sense energies in people. So it's like I am very like present with life and energy and life energy. So when I went through my experiences, I mean, I went through some extremely powerful experiences to evolve my life. And that's what's happening right now for everybody. I'm not the only one that it's happening to, because this new energy is coming in, and we're becoming new types of human beings. And it has to do with like the shape of the universe and what energies are available to us at this time. And so it's not fully like chaotic. There's an actual rhythm. It's like the unlocking of the universe is taking place, and all this flooding of energy is coming in at this time, and we're like embodying it, and that drives people crazy, and it drives people angry, and it puts people in fear mode, and makes them make poor decisions and bad choices, and you know, just the energy's everywhere, and they're not aware of it. And so it could be entertaining, it could be dramatic, it could be lame, but it could also be super like psychotic. It could be very difficult for people to understand and for people to want. And so we have to understand that on the outer world, there's a lot of stuff that we don't need to let in, and we need to let what's in come out into the outer world. And so we need to tap into that inward lifestyle and that knowing that we have already. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. I can help anybody. If you want any help, let me know. You just reach me and we'll talk. I've done it a million times. We can also even do it like, what's up? You know, we could see each other. We'll get to that point. So there's just a major evolution happening right now with the behavior of people, and I think that not everybody fully understands why they act like they are, what's happening to them. And that's what I kind of want to talk about, you know, because, well, I am talking about it because it's extremely important. It's actually what's going to be what's really going to be in my next book. And then my third book is going to be about ritual and help everybody to kind of get in a new routine and a new wavelength for life, because we're up-leveling energy. We're up-leveling our consciousness. We're becoming different types of human beings that are aware of ourselves, aware of the universe. And that's pretty awesome. And that's going to be quite a birth. There's going to be a lot of difficulty there. And even if we're conscious of it, it still doesn't change the difficulty of it. That's one other fallacy that's kind of come through. I'll learn more as we go along, but there's just so many false thoughts out there, and we're clearing those out and we're bringing the new ones in. You know, we're not ever good, as long as you're alive, as long as you're breathing, and as long as you're an active participant in the world, there's absolutely no way you will have all good days. You just won't. It would be fake. You wouldn't be experiencing life. And so unless you're going to just be, you know, like a yogi that doesn't, you know, do anything, you're going to have a lot of energy in your life, and you're going to have a lot to deal with. And so you want to help yourself. And again, you know, just separating the people outside and then the person inside. So when people are experiencing energies coming into their mind, thoughts coming into their minds, positive ones I'm talking about. I'm always talking about positive. I never have really had disturbing thoughts. I don't fully understand them, but I also do fully understand them. I don't understand what they're like to have, but I understand where they come from. I understand that they're just at present on the planet. This is a huge bombshell I'm about to drop. Believe it or not, you don't have a soul. You don't have a soul. There is only one soul, and we're all living in it, and it's the soul of the planet. So any bad ideas you have, any thoughts, good, positive, they're just what's here. And so we're embodying them. And again, lots of bad ones are going out, lots of new ones are coming in, and it feels weird. So think of it as music, or choose music to help you like change your life and feel different vibrations and think different thoughts and get rid of the old ones. You don't need them anymore. You're vibrating differently now. So this is real, and it's affecting people's behavior because they don't understand. And you know, I want to just throw the word ego out there, the mask that we all wear to protect ourselves in the world. It's not a horrible thing, but just like anything, it can be manipulated and exploited. So we don't want to, you know, use that mask as our only way of being. We also want to look behind that, and we want to see what that good mask is for. It's for protecting us. It's for understanding that fire burns your hand, don't touch it. The ego is that reflection so that we can learn. But we need to take it off so that we can feel when we're safe. And so I hope this video somehow brings you like a sense of safety and understanding that the world isn't falling apart. Nothing horrible is going to happen. You don't have to worry. You don't have to pay attention to the talking heads. You can enjoy your life, stay informed, stay in alignment, listen to yourself, understand the energy of life, understand that, you know, just read, this is kind of what I wanted to branch together because I was just reading this article. I wanted to make a video just about the bad behavior and understanding, you know, don't be afraid. You know, we need to clean our diets up so that we don't feel irritated in our body, and then that creates better behavior and allows for better energy, better thoughts, better feelings. And then, you know, that's kind of superficial, but then there's a lot of people that are having like psychic issues. Like, so I'm reading this article about a West African shaman by the name of Dr. Malidoma Patrice Somé. I'm sure maybe you've heard of him. So he basically is discussing a shaman's view of mental illness. So what he's saying is that the view of mental illness compared to that of the people in the Western world, where he comes from, the focus is that another behavior exhibited is a good sign from the spiritual world. And so he says it's a birth of a healer. So that's what's happening. We're birthing into this whole new way of being. There's probably millions, if not billions, but definitely millions of healers being born right now into this psychic energy that's coming into the earth, and people don't even understand it, and they're like going and getting on drugs, and it's just not helping. We want to tap into that inner world. It's a beautiful thing. It can help. Let me know. So this is basically his quote: mental disorder, behavioral disorder of all kinds signal the fact that two obviously incompatible energies have merged into the same field. How cool is that? Disturbances result when the person fails to acquire assistance in dealing with the presence of the energy from the spiritual realm. How cool is that? So all the behavior at the end of time, so much old information going out, so much new information coming in, so many psychic people waking up. We're really becoming like, we're like moving into our own alternative universe practically. And so there's tons of healers attempting to be born, and we need to recognize that at these times, this end of time behavior, this end of time fear, where people don't care, where people, you know, they act tough first. It's because they're afraid, and they're afraid of this shit. They're afraid to be crazy, you know, they're afraid to be something that they're not comfortable or familiar with. But when you up-level your energy, there's new vibes. So it's like music. Listen to it and feel it and explore it. And choose good stuff. This video is long as heck. I'm gonna let it go here. He describes schizophrenia as having receptivity to a flow of images and information which cannot be controlled, right? So they're like opening up to their psychic powers. When this kind of rush occurs at a time that is not personally chosen, and particularly when it comes with images that are scary and contradictory, the person goes into a frenzy. And see, that's what I was saying about, like, I think I have a gift because and I'm not the only one, but when I felt experiences, I didn't go into a frenzy. I was like, oh, okay, speak to me. What do you need? I speak to it. It's something. Hello. What do you need? And I listen, and I've never really had a bad experience, to be honest with you. I've had weird ones, but never bad. But I'm also really careful. Like, I don't watch, you know, horror stories. I don't do hard drugs. I don't drink hard alcohol. I don't watch pornography. I'm really careful with my energy, and that's what we all need to be. We need to be careful and conscious of our energy. Everything I watch, everything I listen to, everything I eat, everyone I'm around, it all imprints my energy, and it makes me who I am. But if I release all that and I feel the spiritual energy, then I'm someone that I've never even met, and that's scary for people. It's awesome though. We are growing up, people. Yes, array of opportunities. So yeah, exciting. Let go of the shame. You're a shaman. You're a healer. Energy is here. Everything is energy. breathe, eat well. Can't wait to write my book about my diet plan too. Change the world. Talk to you later.